What's up everyone, and welcome to Random Packet Loss. My name is Kira Maxi, and today we are bringing you some games from the top 4 at the Athena Games Norwich GNK. Lovely event. Thank you very much to the Athena Games staff for putting on such a fantastic event. So it was 4 rounds of Swiss and then a top 4 cut for the lovely prizes. So this is the first round of the double elimination. We have Ed on the left and Sam on the right. Ed being the highest seed in the cut, and Sam being the lower seed. So we're going to start off with a looks like a standard hedge fund install from Argus. Argus, of course, being first time. Every time the runner steals an agenda, you have to take 2 meat or a tag. We have Sam playing Hayley, which is, of course, the first time you install a card, you may install another card of the same type. So, looks like we've got a Proco and a fan site set up on Sam's side. That's some good early econ. Now, I imagine this is a pitchfork build. So he's going to be looking for loads of shaper nonsense, but I'm very interested to see what Ed is going to be doing with Argus. Well, now we see what he's going to be doing. He's going to be rushing, which is, I think, the way you have to play Argus. You force the runner into just making really bad runs, they just end up killing themselves by either not having enough clicks to clear tags, or leaving themselves on too few cards, especially in the Faust meta. People are using cards to break subroutines. So it looks like we've got a film critic on the table. That unfortunately shuts off Argus's ability quite effectively, and so that's unfortunate, but it'll be interesting to see if he tries to go for this agenda. Of course, with his not very developed board state, it's going to be quite difficult for him. I know it looks like he just leaves it, and Ed is going to score that out by the looks of it. And it looks like a geothermal fracking, so that'll give Ed plenty of money as and when he needs it, which will make it a lot easier to get a sea scorch going on. But that does mean that Sam does score the fan site, which will enable all sorts of nonsense down the line. So, be interesting to see. He's left his servers very open at the moment, but I guess with snares and stuff, which I imagine are in the deck, that kind of puts off Hayley from running. But looks like we're going to get a run on R&D, not see anything interesting, and we're going to get still clone chip. Yep, just setting up at this point, I think. See if we Ed is going to try and capitalise on this slightly slow start from Sam. I mean, he does have a fan site scored, but no artist colony as of yet, which means it's kind of useless right now. But I say, with that film critic on the table, it does really neuter Argus quite a bit, because you don't have to have that extra click and 2 credits after stealing the agenda to then clear the tag for fear of getting killed. But I think Ed's going to take a good long think about that, and I believe that Ed is running the list that Seamus ran at and won the I believe it was the Edinburgh regional, Scottish regional at the very least. So be interesting to see. Oh, here we go. This is a Oaktown install, so great agenda for Ed, and Argus in particular, where it's sort of like a come and get me kind of thing. So it looks like it's going to install advance and then take, I believe it's 7 credits of geothermal fracking, getting bad publicity, but this does mean he is very much threatening a seesaw scorch should Sam decide to run. So this is kind of Argus creating the no-win situation, where if you run, you're going to get seesaw scorched, Whereas if you don't run, he's just going to score out and win. Argus is quite happy just to win on points. So this is a difficult decision for Sam. It's I suppose if he can get an artist colony, then he's quite capable of getting instant speed plasticrete. But no, we are going to see a run. So it doesn't like it's anything so far. It's going to be a wraparound. So interesting splash in Argus, but you know, in an AI meta, it is certainly not a bad choice. Let's see if Sam has any answers to this. I'm not sure what's in archives. It looks like there's a chameleon in archives, but unfortunately that is not a fractor, even if you name barrier. Oh, but he's going to do the full-on Hayley nonsense and use the chameleon as the first install that turn to then install a Cerberus lady from his hand, which means it will just be one token. Although he wouldn't. I'm not sure what he's named there, but he could. It looks like he could have named barrier with the chameleon, and then break it with credits because the Cerberus would take the wraparound down to 0. But it looks like he used a counter, another 2 lady counters on the spider web, and that's going to be a score for Sam. Now, well, not a score. He is going to host it on the Film Critic. So, this is going to draw a card. Just take a credit. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the Seesaw Scorch is on the table. Trashing the Levy, interesting. Of course, Chameleon going back to his hand after the discard phase, thus leaving with 6 cards in hand, but that's not going to really do much, unfortunately. No artist colony on the table, so no instant speed nonsense to be done. But let's see what it's got. Looks like we're just going to show up that remote. He has to be unhappy that he doesn't have the kill available. So this would be a perfect window for it. So just going to be show up that remote, installing the remote, and looks like just gain credit. No, gain the 7 credits, I believe, off geothermal fracking, giving Sam yet another bad publicity. It's kind of a bad matchup to be taking bad publicity, unfortunately, because Hayley does like to install things mid-run, so therefore those bad publicities will be doing some work for Sam. So, be interesting to see what that could be. Of course, the only 3-2 agenda in Wayland is Project Atlas, and that's not really the agenda you want to be. You know, you don't really want it to be a 3-2 because you really want to get that counter. But it looks like we're going to get a couple of installs, a tech writer and a daily casts, and we're going to click off that agenda of the Film Critic. So playing it safe by the looks of it. So we're going to get from Ed here. Looks like it's going to be. So it's going to be triple advance on the install card. So I don't imagine he's running any 3-2s. Sorry, 5-3s in the deck. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he's ballsy enough to go for 3. The 3 counter Atlas. That would certainly be something. So we're going to get lots of credits on Sam's side. He has to wonder what this is. It could also just be a Gundle refinery, of course. And it looks like Sam is not touching that with a 10-foot barge pole. Oh no, he's running HQ. Oh, good to know. Scorched Earth in hand. Still political operative. Oh, so this is interesting. So I'm unsure exactly on the timings, but it's possible that if that's a Grundle refinery, Sam could use Polop before Ed has a chance to use it. So I'm unsure what the ruling is on that. Oh, and that is cheeky. That is a 3 counter Project Atlas. That is 3 over advance. Now that has got to be scary, because now Ed can fetch. He can just fetch any card from his deck 3 times at paid ability speed. That is huge. Balls of steel, Ed. Here, so it's gonna get. Looks like Sam's just gonna dig, which I'd say it's not a bad plan at this point. Ed has neglected to ice any of his essentials, and like there's only so far that the fear of snare is going to get you. But it looks like we're going to see 2 cards, and it's like. Oh no, there's like trash on the second one, that's a CVS. Get that out of here. But let's see. We gaining a credit. Tough one to call at this point. And of course we are at the stage here where if Ed's running them, he can just progressively fetch hostile takeovers and score them with 3 Astro counters. Sorry, Atlas counters. So, of course, if Sam steals any one of them, that plan goes out the window. But Ed has to be considering whether it's worth just putting Sam on a 3-turn clock. Of course, as I say, the problem is leaving himself very vulnerable there, because during those 3 turns he cannot do anything else. So, but it looks like we're going to see an Atlas counter being used. Searching for hostile takeover. So it looks like Ed's going to start putting on that pressure. Of course, again, a downside of this is that this is reshuffling the deck, which isn't so relevant at the moment. But if Sam starts getting out more R&D interfaces, suddenly that shuffle, it just means he's going to be seeing God knows how many cards each turn, which might not be might not be good for Ed. But then again, at the same time, if he's gaining money with the hostile takeovers and Sam doesn't have a Plasticrete, suddenly Ed can just fetch all the kill pieces he needs and just see Source Scorch. Looks like Artist Colony is being used after an install in advance to fetch a Clot. So that'll put a stop to that. I think it's a good play on Sam's part, because if he can derail this, if he can score that hostile takeover, that means that Sam is no longer able to just score out of hand for the rest of the game. So does, however, take away an Artist Colony, and which could have been used for, say, a Plasticrete, but then again, he has another agenda scored, and if you choose between having an agenda or between forfeiting agenda or losing the game, of course you decide to forfeit the agenda. So I imagine Sam has to be wanting to get into that remote, otherwise what's the point in clotting? So you need some way to refresh that lady, possibly. Or we could play Chameleon, actually. Chameleon, as a naming barrier, would be able to break through all those servers using credits, and that lady just being there to take down the strength of the wraparound. So he's playing the Chameleon. I am not sure what he's naming. When I record these, I don't actually listen to the audio, unfortunately. But wouldn't surprise me to have him name barrier here. Oh, and that's an archer. So of course this also does set back the scoring plan for for Ed, unfortunately. So, but it depends if Sam has a response to this. Obviously, he has the artist colony, and 4 15 agendas left, right, and centre here. Looks like we're in for a long one, folks. So that's going to be artist colony for David. Seems reasonable. That's probably the best answer to Archer in his deck, unless he's winning sharpshooter. But honestly, playing David gets it out there, means you can clone chip it, scavenge it possibly. So yeah, I think that's a good call. So yeah, he's going to David through the Archer. I believe that is Chameleon for barrier, break all the barriers there, and then access and hostile, and he's just going to score it by the looks of it. I'm assuming that he took a tag then cleared the tag there, just a bit of shorthand. So so now this is interesting for Ed. Unfortunately now Sam can artist colony for Plascrete, which, and also Ed has no money. Like, he doesn't have the money to Seesaw Scorch at this point. So yeah, this is where Hayley is getting quite difficult to deal with, because she can just get any answer she needs. But of course neither player is on many points, just they end up being forfeited, and of course, you know, those 2 Atlas counters are going to become relevant as the game goes on. Just being able to get any answer of the deck that he needs. So, let's take a long, hard think about this, which is reasonable. This is here's a good plays on Sam's side. So we're going to get installing that remote. Still completely disinterested in protecting the essentials. Going to get an advance. And take a credit, looks of it. Of course, he can't advance any hostiles right now because with the clot on the table. So we're going to get a run on R&D, see 2 cards. Yeah, checking that they go back in the right order there. So nothing there. Going to be running HQ. Oh, lucky pull there. See, Sam doesn't need no dice. Sam makes his own decisions. Now I think he's debating here whether to put on the artist colony. Oh, sorry, put on the film critic or just take it. But hard one to say really. It's yeah, it looks like he's going to. Show on the film critic, doesn't want to spend the extra click and 2 credits, and it's all Aesops. So yeah, looks like I'm liking Sam's chances at the moment, to be honest. Guess card depends what this is, but oh, another Atlas with a God. Ed is really liking those Atlas counters this game, but I'm still kind of liking Ed's chances just purely on the fact that, you know, he can just find answers to everything. The only worry is if he just can't see the agendas in time. But I say with no ice on the centrals, I don't really. Ed's going to have a hard time putting them out. But the trouble is that remote is not like super defended really. I mean, if Ed's going to be telegraphing the scores, then I think Sam can probably just, you know, find the resources to break through that Archer when it matters, if it keeps Ed from winning. So, but yeah, that was another fruitless run on R&D, and also Sam just seems to, you know, just check the central since it's not going to get iced. Just confirming that there is a Scorch there. Of course, that's slightly relevant information given the quantity of the Atlas tokens. If Ed has the opportunity to score, he will. So same thing, and fan site just being installed there, so fan site coming a tad later than really as we hoped, but could still do some work, especially if Ed wants to install a hostile. Now, it'll be interesting to see how Ed is going to try and get out of this. I mean, he has 3 counters, so he can get any card that he thinks will that he thinks will save this game. I mean, again, neither player is in a great position, is in like a winning position really. I mean, it's certainly been a close one so far. I wonder whether Ed wants to try and protect those centrals a little bit, just to try and tax Sam out a bit and stop him from just, winning through random accesses, which, and as an NBN player, I know the power of just running just random accesses for the win. Or whether he wants to just make that remote more taxing. Of course, it's on 0 credits right now, so it's going to be tough, especially with the way Wayland likes to just kind of. Wayland just doesn't have great economy. I mean, if he can score a hostile, that would be great. It's like giving money and a point, but yeah, it's if anything, Beanstalk would be great at this point, just to get him out of this hole. We're gonna get Fruitless run on R&D again. Oh, and yeah, access a snare. Ed can't afford it, so that's going to get binned. Run again, may as well. So see 2 cards. So I'm still not clicking off that Atlas, which is interesting. Feels like something he wants to do sooner rather than later, but then again, maybe he just wants to, take advantage of this period where Ed has 0 money and therefore can't really punish. Can't really punish anything really. So I see some cards looking like they want to go sideways. What are we gonna get? Oh, we're gonna get. Why draw a card when you can just find any card you want? What is that? That is so he is going to search for a Beanstalk and play a Beanstalk. Seems reasonable at this point. Really, you just really want to get out of that money hole and be at the point where you can actually, put some pressure on and play the game. So that was click 1, I think. So here we go. So he's going to ice up R&D. And just take a credit. So now he has snare money. Well, imagine all that money we spent on rezzing that ice. Right.
Yeah, it's been a bit. It's not how we normally have tournaments. We're just super stretched today with 5 tournaments going on. Yes, I didn't notice. It's just how
no. Just waiting for him to shuffle his deck here. So, I mean, Ed's still got a long way to go, I think, at this point. I mean, Hayley is doing her thing. I can't imagine that whatever that ice is, certainly for 4 credits, is going to keep her out for very long. We've now got a second R&DI out, which means everyone is a Maker's Eye run. And again, Hayley has loads of money at this point, so killing her. It's not going to work. No, R&D doesn't go in your bin, Ed. So, I mean, I think at this point you just run R&D. I mean, even if he wants to res, I mean, that's, putting him back in a money hole. It's only 4 credits, I mean, not really a lot that can hurt you. I mean, I guess Spiderweb will be annoying. Just because it forces you to, I guess, install Queen. Okay, so that's an Enigma. It's at least well, Interesting to see what Sam thinks in store here. I believe these decks tend to run just Cyber Cypher, like Chameleon stuff. Looks like it's going to be a bounce, a Proco. But yeah, I mean, we know that Chameleon is still in Sam's hand, so I can just imagine that next turn will be install Chameleon, run R&D as many times as is relevant. Okay, so we're getting an install, gain 2 credits. So, what could that be? It's not an Atlas. He could well be going for a hostile takeover, which would of course bring him a point closer to victory, and you know, effectively give him 5 credits for his trouble. So that would certainly be a fantastic card for him at this point. As well as not being a devastating thing for Sam to steal. Oh, so it looks like we're going to get cash into Sai, which I can only imagine is pointing at R&D. I certainly don't think it's pointing at HQ. So, yeah, thank you, Sam, for pointing that direction. So we're going to get a run on R&D for 3 cards. So, Beanstalk, Ice, something, Archer. So, still nothing fruitful. I'm wondering where those agendas are, really. I mean, it seems to have... Sam has certainly pulverised R&D enough. So yeah, know where the agendas are. They're all face down! Someone keeps selling them. So, so that face down card is being left untouched. Okay, could be installed on it. Install, advance. Oh, yeah, it's going to be clone chip for, I can imagine, Clot. It has not left himself enough to CVS. Of course, this could be a complete... Well, I guess it could be bluffing Gundor Refinery. I don't know if this list runs Gundor Refinery. I think it's quite good as a just another way to kind of tax the runner, doing a sort of, well, not never advance, I guess the opposite of never advance, but, you know, as a way to kind of bluff out, just bluff an econ card as an agenda, making them spend all their resources getting into see nothing. But okay, well, still, again, if Sam's played Clot, you have to think that he thinks that's an agenda. Well, more specifically, he thinks it's a hostile takeover, and that he's gonna want to go and get that. Certainly not want to let Ed have it. So we're going to get a couple of Procos. Oh, it's finally going to click off the Atlas. And okay, so kind of interested why he installed the clock there. Maybe it was just to slow Ed down for a turn. But it does seem to not really have done a lot, because now he's just going to score. So yeah, hostile takeover. 1 left in the deck, which unfortunately doesn't allow the victory, but yeah, Ed gets a fan site. Just to make it even harder for the kill. Oh, and this is aggressive, so we're going to get the install and advance for what I can only assume is the winning agenda for Ed. So yeah, Ed's looking in a much better position now, just because he only needs 2 more points to win, but with the other Atlas gone, so no opportunity to no advance, he has to telegraph any agenda he's trying to score. And again, like, Hayley can probably just recur between the fan sites and the clone chips and the levy that's in the bin. Like, I think Hayley can just recur David forever. Like, you're not going to tax out, you're not going to out-tax Hayley. Yeah, it's just not possible. So we're going to get, I think it's just selling clone chip, clock to Aesops. Again, you know, I've been saying it all game, but it could be Gundor Refinery. We can always hope. I think, you know, this has to be what Sam is thinking right now. I mean, he kind of can't not check it, because, you know, Ed can win if that isn't checked, which does mean we could see, like, I don't know how many clone chips have been used, but Artist Colony fan site for clone chip, which would for David or something like that, which would get him in, or even Artist Colony Artist Colony for fan site maybe, fan site for sharpshooter. Got there eventually. Oh, looks like we are going to see an Artist Colony being used for clone chip or sharpshooter. Take your bets. For clone chip, yep. So maybe his deck isn't running sharpshooter. That is a definite possibility. I mean, I suppose there's not much need for it really if you've got David and all your other tools. But good safety net. But and he's going to install Astrolabe from his grip using the Hayley install. So I don't think he's taken any clicks yet. So that means he can clone chip for David and just get in, really. Install Chameleon, naming barrier, install David, see what that is. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, there's certainly nothing that can kill him. He's got so much money. So yeah, here we go. So clone chip for David, break the David. Break it. What was he? I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it was. I'm not sure where the comedian came from. Maybe it was like he installed it before he ran. As like a thing, and yeah, he's going to access the geothermal fracking, and yeah, he's going to take that. Not even going to bother putting on Film Critic. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a Christian Grid, just a bluff there. I mean, I guess it's a click and 2 credits to steal it, or it's 2 clicks off Film Critic. So it's like he has so much money now that it doesn't really matter. But I do imagine he will be clearing that tag, because why wouldn't he? I think that was second click. And this is third click? I'm not entirely sure where the comedian came from, so I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it could have been a Hayley install, because he already used that on Astrolabe. But yes, he is going to clear that that tag, because Sam is a competent player. And yeah, comedian goes back to hand. So yeah, here we go. It's you know, it's so Ed has to be trying to be thinking of his outs. So he's going to use the Atlas counter. I mean, yeah, maybe he is just going to try and tax out these David recursions. I mean, this is getting to the point now where, you know, the fan sites are gone. Oh no, he's just going to get a hostile takeover, which, yeah, it seems legitimate. I mean, I don't know if he's running any 2-1s in the deck. I kind of doubt it. Is a shame, because one more of those and he would be able to just win. But yeah, he's going to search for hostile takeover. Above everything else, I guess this means that Sam can't steal it and use it as Artist Colony food. Or actually, come to think of it, he only needs 1 point. No, sorry. Sam needs 2 points to win. So he's going to install, advance. Is Sam going to want to sacrifice an agenda to stop this? I don't feel like he does, because, again, this 1 point isn't really going to get Ed closer to winning on points, because it's like he still needs to score 2 points after this, whatever happens. Really, this is just a bunch of econ for Ed, and I guess some denial for Sam. So, all the bad publicity, I think it's just accepted at this point that Sam kind of just has as much money as he wants and needs. Although, the kill is not off the table now, given how much money Ed has. So, Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So it is, I believe it's Sam's go now. Oh, what's this? I wonder if this is a hunt for a snare for a well on HQ. So I didn't quite catch what Sam was doing, but what was that? I think that was like it was like an agenda. Oh, secret tech enigma.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting.
Do apologise. I'm slightly losing track of what's happening here. Because I believe Ed just on his turn he scored the hostile. That was a so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he hunted for there, but it's now Sam's go. He's just going to check R&D for 3 cards. Sees nothing but Chester Jackson. Yeah, that was a 1-point agenda, but I can't see why he would do it now and not start of his next turn. Oh, there's a piece of ice. And oh, gonna go for another run. No, I did miss it, and there's just a 1-point agenda in his hand. It's like, I think that was a sea source. Not getting anywhere. So this will be last click on HQ, I believe. Yeah. Okay, and sees nothing. So, let's see. So, if that wasn't a 1-point agenda, that means that. Oh no, it was an Oaktown. Again, apologies. I'm not sure if he put that in his hand at the end of the last turn, but it looks like this is the last-ditch effort. So it's a stall advance. Looks like we're just gonna get a piece of ice. So this is the agenda that both players need to win. And I guess the thing is that although Sam might be able to get in, he might have to use to forfeit some agendas along the way, which means it would put Ed a bit more ahead until I guess eventually all the agendas get forfeited and Sam just clicks for credits until Ed decks himself, but I don't think it will come to that. But it's like Ed's thinking hard about what his last click is going to be. I mean, we are coming down to the final 2 turns anyway, so yeah, there's going to be another ice on that remote. But is it enough is the question. So so at the moment Sam needs to find a way to deal with that archer and a means to deal with to the deck. So he's just going to run R&D, and this is smart, I think, because if there's an agenda in the top 3 cards, then he wins. But no, that's a snare. Pay for that. Which again seems fair because if Sam has a scavenge in hand, that's going to be relevant. But hits the chameleon though. That is actually quite relevant because if that means that Sam is struggling for ways to deal with wrap around. And R&D run for the win. Oh, fantastic end to that game. I was actually worried if that Sam might not actually have a way to get into that remote there. So, well played both players. Ed will drop down to the losers bracket, while Sam will move up to play against me. Unfortunately, we don't have the next game recorded because battery issues, but I will be back with, I believe, the 3rd round of the cut next video. So, so thanks for watching. I've been Kieran Maxey. This has been Random Packet Loss, and yeah, thanks for watching.